Hey guys, welcome to episode 7. As you can see, the storage is coming along nicely, and today we've got a big episode in terms of preparing for what we can do to hand in everything that we need for completing the phase 3 objective. So we're going to be doing quite a bit, but let's dive in and start with the package research. So the last one we ended off, we actually had done most of the tier 5. So I think let's now finish the fluid packaging. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using that in our distilled fuel plant, and that's something that I'll sort of build by myself, and then I'll show you the end product, because they want to do pretty much something similar to what we did in the last episode, which you can obviously check out in terms of the fuel plant. But this is going to be souping it up a bit because we're going to need quite more buildings, and we're going to need a lot more power in order to hand that in and to carry on with that. So let's just get this done, and then what we can do is I can show you the finished products of the new full plant, and then we can actually get stuck into the build. We can go through the spreadsheet. I can have a look at all the stuff that we've added in terms of what we have to produce, things like the circuit boards, computers, the heavy, but I'll take you through that all shortly. Let's hand this in and let's get started.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Nice. So what I've done is I've just gone through and also made the jetpack. So let's mark off that the fluid packaging is done, the jetpack is done. Those are the two important things. And what I wanted to do now is let's just go through to our awesome sinks. Let's go print some of the tickets that we've got. Go back to our base because we've obviously got a lot more there as well. And what we can do is we can just chat about the different types of fuel that you can put in the jetpack. So let's just grab some of these guys, go through to our shop, and let's have a look here. So if you have a look at the jetpack, there's different types of fuels: solid, liquid, fuel, and turbo fuel. And currently the base one is actually the packaged liquid biofuel. You can check different heights and the different measurements of how far they and how high they take you. So I definitely want to buy some of this, or alternatively we can make it. So I'm just going to go and buy some liquid biofuel. I'll just buy like maybe 4 sets or something to keep us going, which is going to be great. And now you'll see, if I just show you, for example, the biofuel that I've got, how high I can go, you'll see. Oh, actually, hold it. It's defaulted to the other one now. If I just go back to the solid biofuel and I fly, you can see how long and how high we go. It actually takes us a little bit and then it drops us. But now if we change to the biofuel, the liquid biofuel, look how high this takes us and how slowly it eats the resource. So you'll see the fuel and the other resource as well, it eats it quite a lot faster. So the liquid biofuel definitely is the best one that I've seen so far, and that's the one that we're going to be using. So we'll buy that for now. And yeah, I think let's get stuck in. Let's start working on the additional power that we're going to need, and then let me flesh that out. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll come back here, we'll do some MAM research, we'll start spending some tickets, and we'll get stuck into what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm arriving at the power plant now, just the same one that we built from the previous episode. And as you can see, I've fleshed it out and I've actually thrown on the new diluted recipe, which we got from unlocking one of the hard drives. And it's a bit of a tricky one to go through because it was quite hard in terms of the additional packages and stuff that we needed in order to produce it. So if we just briefly have a quick look at what the recipe entails for the diluted fuel, you'll see rather than just go for normal residual fuel, which takes 60 oil, what we can do is we can do the diluted fuel, and that actually makes literally double the recipe because of the heavy oil being halved. And the only issue is that it then requires packaged water, and then it produces packaged fuel. So we actually needed a whole lot coming here. So what I did is I loaded the plastic over here. I produced enough of these plastic bottles to be able to hold the fuel cans. Then what we've got is we've got 10 of each. So we've got 10 water pumps here. Sorry, we've got 2 water pumps followed by 10 packages, followed by 10 refineries and 10 refineries. And these 10 refineries over here in this chain are producing the fuel. These 10 over here are actually then taking the crude oil and then translating it into rubber with the byproduct of the fuel. I mean the heavy oil. And that then is being fed over here and then converted into fuel. And what we're doing is we're literally just diluting the recipe by adding water into the mix. So what happens is we've got now 400 rubber from this plant. We've got 200 rubber coming from these 10, 200 from those 10, and what's happening is we're producing 400 fuel on each side as well. So this series of generators, this 10 and this row, is producing 400 fuel, and that one over there is producing 400 fuel. And if we go up to the top level, essentially what we're doing is we're bringing up that 400 packaged fuel, and we're sending it to 2 different generator trains and fuel generators. So we've got these 4 that are actually doing the unpacking, and what I've done is rather than put 10 here doing unpacking, I've just put 4 and I've overclocked those machines so that they're unclocking the 400 fuel. And then I've got 10 in this line and 10 in that line, so that's holding 200 fuel in this chain, this is holding 200 fuel in this chain, so this 400 is being converted to power, and it's the same thing on that side. And this is producing quite a lot of power. So if you have a look here, these generators are putting out 250, and if we take the 250 and we times it by the 40 generators that we've now got 10,000 megawatts being produced from this plant. So in our previous one we were sitting on 5, we're now sitting on 15. And the reason why we're doing that is, like I was saying, we've got to do a lot in terms of the different main build here for the circuits, the computers and everything, but I'll take you through that now. Another good suggestion from someone in the comments was to actually do a hypertube cannon. So what I've done is I've actually done this little thing over here, and you'll see what it does is when we step inside, it just boosts us heck of a quick. So now we actually fly back to base, and what I'll do is we can do that same one over here because we're going to be traveling to and back from here every now and again if we do need to top up our fuel. But as you can see, we zoom a lot quicker by doing that, which is awesome. So we're going to do the same thing for these later on in the episode, and we'll pull these out and we'll build the hypertubes on that side. But yeah, that's what we've done now. So we got all the power sorted. So what I'd like to do is to actually dive into using some of the summer sleep. Let's dive into doing some of the MERS research. So let's head through the MAM now and we can start doing some research. Okay, so let's head through here. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. Hard drive scan's done. Let's see what it's got. Fuse wire, pure quartz. No, not interested. Let's have a look at if we can get something else. Electrode, circuit board, alternates. Well, we're not too worried about the framework because we've really got enough for that basically, and I'll take you through that now. Not so keen on the petroleum coke inside there for the board, but I don't know. Let's take this one. And what I've done is obviously done a lot more hard drive research. You can see from the last time we've actually used up all of those. I do have additional hard drives that we can scan, but what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to unlock some of the additional last tiers, because then we can get the potential for other recipes in that section. So let's just put in not what we're using for now, free up some inventory space, and let's go back and do some of the more Mercer spheres. So I've done some additional hard drive collecting, some Mercer spheres, some summer sloops, so I've done a little bit of the research, and what I'd like to start focusing on is to actually increase this up to the 120 limit. So we've done the increase for the 60. I'd like to do this one in terms of increasing the stack size, because currently what we've got is, you'll see if I press tab, these comes in stacks, and if I drop that stack of 100, drop that stack of 100, that means we've currently got a 2 stack limit. So let's increase that. That'll give us another one, which will increase it to the 3rd stack limit, which will be really cool. And for that, we're going to need I think it's called the SAM fluctuators. So let's go grab some of those. So we've got some stacks here. So let's put that there and do some of the research for that. So that's going to give us another stack research, which is awesome. So we can have the 3rd level. And then the last thing I wanted to do is to actually do this one and increase the upload speed as well.
Dimensional expansion increased to 300%. New understanding of matter manipulation technology allows the dimensional storage to deconstruct all matter to the subatomic level, storing its elementary particles until the part is recalled.
You are digging into deeper layers. Shallow matter contains window symphonies and void songs and deep echoes.
It is fascinating what one can find out simply by looking closer.
Cool, so what I've also done is, by the factory that we've got that's making the steel, I've actually gone there and I've thrown on the little bit of quartz. So I've dived into a little bit of quartz research, and I've also got the animated SAM going into a depot. So that's why we can reach it from here and we can just carry on making items from it, which is pretty cool. So let's go and do this research now and see if we can do the extra stack in terms of the alien technology. Oh no, we've done that. It's the extra upload speed. Nice. So now that's going to go up to 120 per minute, guys. That's going to be really cool.
Dimensional upload speed increased. The dimensional shift now no longer cares how complex the components of the original part are, and will
that's
save
a lot
each part
faster.
as a
Look.
single collection of
Wow.
particles that can be instanced easily.
Grow shift the body cord flow
Very,
cycles.
very
I'm
cool.
working on.
Okay, so let's go and look at the next stuff that we can actually do. So we've done that alien research in terms of that. This one looks quite cool, but that's for us to manually do it. This one's an extra stack size. We can potentially do that. I'm fine with this for now. I'd like to maybe do the extra level speed, but let's hold off now. There might be other things we want to do. So this is something that I definitely want to go ahead and do the research for this. So let's go and make 100 SAM fluctuators. I've been collecting some computers as we've been going around the world, so we've got enough in terms of handing in. And you'll see that the power augmenter here says generates power based on the total amount on the attached power grid. So I can't think of a better time to use this, since that we've done 2 massive fuel plants. That's a lot of energy that we've got, so we can take that 15,000 that we've actually got produced. Let's slam down a alien power augmenter and see what it does, guys. So let me go make some SAM fluctuators, because we're going to need some more for some more research as well. Maybe we can do some more of the research too. So let's do this, and then I'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's been some time. We've made a good couple of SAM fluctuators, so I think we're ready to go and do the hand-in. So let's go and do the research for the alien tech for the next one, for the power augmenter, and let's see what this does, guys. I'm excited.
Power augmenter unlocked. Summer sloops naturally harvest.
Harvest.
Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally. The power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ.
That's
It
interesting.
will shred.
So hopefully we don't have to power it with or send in summer sloops. I don't know what the requirement is for that. Let's just have a look at this power augmenter. Let's just read about it. Power augmenter. Oh, it doesn't actually tell you about it. Yeah, let's see there. Generates power based on the total amount. This experimental technology is somehow able to extract power from the summer sloop by blasting it with energy. I wonder how many summer sloops it is, because it's not a renewable source as far as I know. Or maybe it is and the Mercerspheres aren't. Okay, well either way we need some more SAM fluctuators in order to be able to make it. I think we need 50. So let's just produce a couple more and then we can actually try and make it. Okay, so we've successfully made a whole lot more SAM fluctuators. We should be able to build our augmenter now. So let's go and pick a spot to put it down, guys. And let's just test it out. So if we have a look at this, okay, we need the computer parts. Let me see if we've got some more of those. Failing which, what we can do is we can just spend a little couple of tickets. No, we still got some computers. And now can we do it? Yes. Okay, so let's just slap this down and have a look to see what it actually looks like and how it functions. Let's put it there. Okay, so it's not connected to any power. So we just hook this up. Circuit boost. Oh, sheesh, look at that. It's just boosted by 1,500. That's awesome. So it's a 10% boost across the factory, guys. Wow. Oh, that looks cool. That looks so cool. E to configure. That is really, really cool. I'm guessing we can't have another one of these. Or maybe we can. That is super interesting. Well, that's a nice little extra power boost, guys. That's literally 10% addition. That's fantastic. Cool. Well, I'm happy with that. So we've done the Mercer research. We've done the summer sleep. So let's just go and mark off some of those MAM research. Cool. Next on the list is go spend some tickets. Let's go do a little shopping. Okay, so let's just grab our tickets. We got 211. I don't think we've built up more from when I've got the last one. But let's just go and have a look and see. Just grab anything else that's been producing in the background while we've been doing stuff. And I think we can officially go on a proper shopping spree here, if not buying out most of the items in the shop. So let's have a look. Okay, so we can go through. Not so interested in this. Oh, actually, boombox. Guys, we've got to do the boombox. Don't know which one's a cool soundtrack. Let's go for the absolute fix-it mix. Cool, then in terms of the management, we're just going to start buying everything. Let's just put everything in the cart and then we'll see how much actually everything's going to cost us at the end. So that's everything for the management. Let's go for the organization. Across the board. Customizer. I love these new paint finishes, but let's worry about maybe getting those later. Let's get all the markings and everything for the factory floors and stuff we can actually spruce up at a later stage. Okay, those already been... Oh, those are not available yet. Oh, those aren't available yet. Cool. The next set is the foundations. Let's go and buy all of those. The walls. We've actually bought a couple of things, but let's just go finish it up. That looks good. Architecture-wise, yeah, let's just buy the rest. What do you guys think? We can have enough tickets for all of this? I think so. Equipment, we've already got that. That's no problem in the parts. Okay, so how much do we have? 194 and we've got 213. Nice, guys.
In the early days of the Save the Day program, when I was still in alpha, some of the employees would store their personal musical projects on my servers. In a way, this was the music I was conceived to. Enjoy.
So how do we put in our tape now? We bought the tape. Yeah, we bought that. Do we have to make it? Let's see, maybe it is actually something we have to make. No, we don't actually have to make it. It's not in the boombox, because it says there's no tape in the boombox. And I don't remember picking anything up out of the inventory. How are you actually supposed to play the tunes? And if we buy another one?
In ancient times, humans would occasionally pretend to be goats while listening to the music recorded on this tape. It was considered high culture, the likes of which humanity might never see again.
I don't know where the tapes go, guys. Oh, menu, no tape loaded. Change tape. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's quite strange. So you got to push R to open up the menu, and then you can change the tape there. Let's try the goat one. Okay, this is very strange. Let's try this other. Ah, that's more my vibe, guys. Nice. Okay, awesome. Cool, so I think that clarifies it for spending... Oh, now we're getting jiggy with it. Okay, cool. Let's change now. Oh, it keeps the tunes. That's so cool. I thought you had to have it out in your inventory the whole time. Okay, cool. Let's pause that for now. Okay, back to what we were doing. Focus. Okay, so we actually finished spending all the tickets. Let's go and have a look. We must have a lot of stuff in our customizer now. So we got everything in terms of the wall outlets. We're going to have a lot more in terms of the architecture, a lot more in terms of the walls for building factories, and we've got glass, etc. We've got access to lots of the foundations. That's awesome. Of course, the next thing we're going to have to save up for is actually to go and get tickets now for the different customizing options in terms of the finishes, and that we'll work on as we get more and more tickets. Happy with that for now. Cool, so let's mark that off the old to-do list, and then I think what we can do is after that, let's go do some more research from the hub. Okay, so let's see the pipeline research. We definitely got enough plastic rubber, but we're not going to have the heavy modular, so we can't dive into that. Same thing here, we don't have the PCs and heavy modular. Okay, so we're locked in terms of the hub, so we're going to need heavy modular frames for that. And if we focus now on the objectives for completing the phase 3, we've actually got a lot in terms of the versatile frames. So let's just go and slap down a storage facility for now. Let's just go drag this output here, and what we can do is we can put all our inventory inside there. And the reason why we can do that is we've got a heck of a lot of the versatile frames. So let's just grab all of those, and then we can just go and hand that and send it in through to the space elevator. And I think that's 2,400 already. So let's just go and grab maybe, well, this is going to have to build up a bit more over time. So that's going to check out the first item off the to-do list, which is the complete the phase 3 for the versatile frames. That's going to build up because we already automated that, and then we can do that final hand in. So it only leaves the 2 left, and that's the adaptive unit controls and the modular engine. So if we have a look at the modular engine, what's required for that, you'll see that we're going to need the motors, the rubber, and the smart plating, we're actually already producing all of those items at the moment. So if we just have a quick look here, we've got the versatile, which we've just discussed, we've got the motors, we've got the smarts, and then we've got the rubber right at the end here from our factory that we built in the last episode. So that's all sorted in terms of the modular engine, so we can easily go and add that to the factory, possibly at a lower rate, but I'm happy with that. The next one's the adaptive control, and the adaptive control requires a lot of the items we're not producing. So circuit boards, PCs, heavy frames, we need all of those to be able to start making adapters, and we currently are producing the auto wire. So we need to add circuit boards, computers, heavy frames, modular engine, and adaptive controls. So with these 5 things in mind, let's go and have a look at the spreadsheet that I've just added those onto, and we can look at the recipes and see what we need for our factory. Let's jump in and have a look at the spreadsheet. So I've added the 5 new items that we got: the circuit board, heavy, computer, modular, and adaptive. And you can see I've actually set those all to be 0. So currently they're not calculating on the spreadsheet whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we can obviously put these to the numbers that they need to be. So let's have a look first of all at the computer. So if we set that to 1, you're going to see that we're going to need circuit boards. So let's go set the circuit boards to 1. And you'll see we're still short, so let's increase that to 2. Okay, so that's the assemblers for the circuit board and the computers. Now if we go and look at the manufacturer for the modular engine, let's put that on 1. Okay, so if we put that on 1, we're actually not making an excess of smart plating, not making excess of rubber and or motors. So if we just put that at 3, we can see obviously it's going to be a little bit short. So we can easily put this to 2, or sorry, to 1 to make that work. So that's great from that side. If we go through to the heavy frame and we add that to be 1, there we start getting some problems. So we need more modular frames and more industrial beams. Then if we go through the adaptive control and we set that to 1, okay, now we need auto wire. So if we look at these items now and we go through and we do the auto wire next, so let's have a quick look for that. If we set that for 2, okay, we're not making excess, so let's make that 3. And what I've done is I've rinsed and repeated this across the board for everything. Bearing in mind, I'm actually using the alt recipe for the circuit board that's using plastic and quick wire. And I'm using the alt recipe that's using the steel pipes in terms of the modular frame. So you might need to change these. So I'm just going to set these all to the values that they should be for the build, just to get everything ready so we can see exactly where we're at with the factory. And that's looking about right. So now you can see we're short on pipes, we're short on concrete, we're short on cable, iron rods, and iron plates. So that's relatively easy because we're already producing that in the factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and upgrade those and getting ready for those adjustments in the Megafactory. So let me go and flesh these out and get all of these producing at the rates we need. We'll then come through each of these machines, do the adjustments, adding on the ones we want so that we can actually get to start producing the items we need. Awesome. So let's jump back into game for that, and you'll see what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to make allowance on the right hand side here for the 5 new items. So I'll also add on, or during the course of the upgrade now, we'll add on the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we'll do is we'll have to move this a little bit, but let's get to that later. Let me go flesh out the factory with the items that we need, and then we can jump in and start extending the Megafactory. Cool guys, the Megafactory is coming along quite nicely. You'll see over here what I've done is I've actually gone through and I've signposted everything. So I've put the little symbol of what we're actually making, the quantity that's actually been made. Just need to actually change this one. Let's put this one here. That was 135. Let me just do that, 135, and then just close that, copy the setting, paste it here. Yeah, oh, that's not the right number, 135. Cool, that's looking good. Okay, so what I've done is I've put signs and everything here, and like I said, it's got the quantity that's coming in, so it's really nice to reference and to be able to see. And I've thrown on one of the 5 new items that we're obviously going to be making, and that's going to be the heavy. And then I've just slapped another depot on top in terms of the dimensional uploader for the heavy. I then moved the power augmenter that was here that was blocking the storages. I've just moved it that side. And then the big alteration is I've actually put a second floor on the whole factory. So everything across the Megafactory in both the wings for the constructors, or not both the wings, all 3 wings, the smelter wing, the constructor wing, and the assembler wing has all been done. And you'll see here, I've actually got the first set of manufacturers all linked up. and I think it came out quite nicely. And I'll take you to the blueprint of what I did to make this, which is pretty cool. And you'll see we've obviously got some items that are now coming in for this that are going to be using the modular frames, for example, in Encased Industrial, and those are both coming off our sushi belt. So the bottom line over here has the sushi belt, and you'll see what I've done is I've just actually put these two splitters over here. I've then coded them to put through the, let me just get a better angle so I can open it, to the modular frame and then the encased industrial beam. And then with the new system in terms of building the logistics, it's actually very easy, because linking these you can get a nice dynamic right angle. So that's really cool in terms of linking it. So I've done that on the floor ceiling as opposed to bringing all the logistics up onto this floor, which is what's making this all look nice and neat. So yeah, that's busy making the heavy frames, but in order to make the heavy frames I then had to go and adjust the inputs for the modular frames, because we needed more modular frames, and I had to go and get more steel pipes. So if we go and quickly look at that, I just did the extension to the factory, so you can see now we've actually got a lot more making the modular frames. And because we needed more modular frames, we needed more reinforced, so I went through and added more reinforced as well. So we've got a lot of reinforced being made, and we've got a lot of modular. So this whole wing here, and obviously this one just above this section, is making the heavies essentially. So that's really cool for us, and what we can do is we can go and take the stuff that has been building up in terms of the heavy, and we can go do the T6 research for the MK2, which is going to be really cool, and that's going to be for the pipes, because when I was building the pipes down that side, the 300 limit is a bit low. It's nice having the 600. So let's go and see what we need in terms of that, and let's just go and grab what we have been producing in terms of the heavy. I think I already have grabbed it. Yeah, grabbed it all in my inventory. So let's just go and see what we can hand in from that side. Okay, so let's go through to the T6, the MK2 engineering. This is the one that we can do. The blueprints one we can't do yet because we don't have enough computers. I think we have run around, we have collected some computers, but we don't have the ability to make them. And that's what we're going to do together. We're going to actually start making the circuit boards, and then we're going to use the recipe to make the computers, and I'll take you through that now. So let's just do the MK2 for now. We can hand all that in because of the quantity of rubber and plastics that we've got. I keep forgetting we don't actually have to run to collect stuff. We can just take it out the backpacks. So let's just go and grab the plastic and the rubber that we need. This is so handy. And then one more of each. Yeah, and then let's hand in. Cool, and now it's done. Let's listen to what Ada says.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better. Pipes seem to be objects of fascination to humans. In fact, there are reported instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for hours.
That's more like me and trains. I don't know about pipes. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and add the 4 other items. So I'm going to mark off the heavy modular frames, and then we're going to start working on the circuit boards and computers. So what we'll do is we'll create 2 sets over here. But before I do that, let me just show you what I did in terms of the manufacturer. So if we just go and load up the manufacturer recipe, essentially what I did is I've just loaded this one, and this goes directly into this section here, which means that that will actually form on this middle block over here. So if I just show you it quickly on the floor here, you'll see that I like it that when the front end goes right on that circle there, that square there, just like that. I like it being in the center block on this side, like that, and then on the back it must also be on the center block, like that. So I like that sort of arrangement, and in order to get that, my advice to you would be build these like here, close to the machine, build them up 3 high. So if I just take off this one over here, just to show you, to get it to line up like that, build them like this, and then what you can do is you start here, just click, and then tilt it in there, and you'll see it snaps. And then it still gives enough room for all the items to move between them, which is pretty cool. So that's what I did in terms of laying out the manufacturer. Really simple layout, and we can obviously do a bit more presumably once we actually get more of the research done for the hub, because then we can actually do the MK2 in terms of the blueprints. And I've never seen, I don't know how much bigger it actually makes it, but this one is a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4 block. I don't know how much bigger it makes it, but it's going to be really cool to see. Awesome. So with that all done and dusted and the research being updated. Let's go and work on the circuit boards now. So let's go and throw on the circuit boards and the computers in these two slots here. And let's go to the factory and see what we have to do to make it happen. Okay, so let's get ready for our Caterium. Or what I mean is the computers. So let's put this down here. Let's get this for the circuit boards. We'll have this one for the computers. So what we can do is we can do the signs later when we see exactly what quantity we've got coming out of here. So let's just do this one up. And then we'll throw on this splitter here, this splitter here. This one will be for the computer, sorry, the boards, the circuit boards, and we'll go overflow in the center. And then let's do the same thing here, except this one will be for the computers. And then overflow. Cool, so that's all done. So let's just link these together now. Nice. Okay, so let's go and work on our Caterium. Wow, I keep saying Caterium. Let's go and work on our circuit boards. So what we're going to do is, there's no space downstairs as far as I remember. We filled up both the wings. So this one's looking full, that one's looking full, but obviously we can expand. So let's start off a new one right at the top over here, and we'll put literally circuit boards on this side here. Or, actually come to think of it, we've got these splitters here that are splitting to there. We might actually want the manufacturer here, and we can pull off there for the circuit boards to save some space. So let's actually reserve this space over here for the manufacturer. And it seems that we know that we're going to be putting down the manufacturer and the Caterium, because if we have a look at our buildings here and we look at the manufacturer, here's the recipe for the circuits or the computers that we're going to be making. And obviously we need the boards, the cables, and the plastic. We don't currently have the boards, but we've got the cable and the plastic, so we're going to need a manufacturer. Then if we have a look at the assembler, we're going to be using the alternate one for the Caterium. That's why I keep saying Caterium circuit board. So that's the one that we're going to use in terms of that recipe, not the default recipe. So let's do that. And I think let's put down the placement over here for the manufacturer first. So let's look at the manufacturer that we've put on, and let's line it up. So again, I like it in the middle of this block, so let's do something like this. Let's see if that's in line. Yeah, it should be on this block. That's great. Let's maybe bring it back this way a bit. Put it in the middle. Nice. Cool. And the same thing here, we'll just need some extra room to bring up some items. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks good. Okay, so we can have that for that one. Then let's do the same thing in terms of our assemblers. We're going to need two assemblers that are going to be making the circuit boards. So again, that's going to be going that way, which is great. So let's line it up. Let's give it a space in between, or maybe don't even need a full space. Something like this would be nice, I think. So let's push H, just lock it into place. Get it to where we want it. Yeah, I like it like that. Maybe what we can do is line it up. Let's line up the front. Yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Let's just see, because we're going to need space over here for the splitters to go in there. That's going to line up with that. So maybe let's move it just a little bit more forward. Bring it back one. Something like that. Yeah, I think that looks neat. Yeah, it's on the center of this block. It's on the center of that block, and we can work around this. Cool, so this one's going to be done making the Caterium boards. So let's select Caterium boards for both of these. And we're going to need to bring the plastic and the quick wire off of those. So let's go and grab the plastic and the quick wire. So we've got the quick wire right here, and then where's our plastic? Plastic's just here. So that's quite nice and easy to grab. And obviously that's in the way. So let's do something like this. There, and we can swing this one around here like this. And we'll just bring it off here. So let's maybe do something like that. We'll turn it. Why can't I turn this? Obviously I have to click first. Okay, so let's line this up. Let's get a splitter. Let's maybe put it directly on here. Maybe this side and swing it around so that it's actually in line here. I like that more. Cool, so let's put a split on this one. Let's pull this down. Again, that's going to be for our quick wires. So let's go left any, center overflow. And that will link up to there. And what we can do maybe is just swing this the other way around. Like that. Cool, so that's the quick wire coming in. Nice. Now the only thing that we need now is just the plastic. So let's grab the plastic off of this one. And that's going to be this top one over here. I think the second one on the top. So let's put our splitter down over here. Line it up in the middle. Cool. And obviously that's coming in on the trains, so that'll eventually just fill up and fill this up very quickly because it comes in bursts. So that's okay. Cool, then the next thing is just to select power. So let's bring power up to this top floor from the bottom. So we can bring it up on this one. Something like that. Bring that one to the power there. Let's bring this one here. Cool, now this can start to process. What we can also do is we can just press tab, go grab the plastic that we do have in our inventory, and we can fill up these machines, which will be really cool. Help give it a little turbo boost. Cool, and we can do the same thing for the quick wire. Okay, now with that being able to make the Caterium boards, let's just link it up to our sushi belt. So let's go all the way to the end. Okay, and let's see where we can hook this up. We can actually go one more over, which is pretty cool. Let's do that. Extend this floor a bit. Okay, done. And now let's just bring this up into a conveyor, and we can just put that into the merger. So we can just connect it on the other side of this. Something like that. That's great. Cool, and that's just going to connect to the sushi belt. It's going to go through to our storage and all link up. Now with that being on the sushi belt, we can actually start taking it off for our manufacturer here. So let's go to this one. Let's select the computer. And now the only thing we need to bring is, again, we need to bring the plastic cable and then the circuit board. And the circuit board is going to be pulled right from the bottom. So we can get from one of these smart splitters over here. So let's take maybe this one. And what we can do is we can go left and we can go circuit board. And then let's just bring this up. And you'll see if we do this, it's going to go through the floor here, which doesn't look so nice. But what we could do is we could obviously put a floor hole here, something like that. And we can bring it up all the way to the top and link it up nicely. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just reverse that, put this on here, and connect it like that. That's awesome. Cool, then that's going to come through with the circuit boards that we need. Then we just need to connect these all up. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have the one reserved for the cable and the plastic. So we're going to go something like cable plastic, and then let's link this one up to the... something like this. I think that's going to be cool. Okay, so that's going to hold all the circuit boards, and there they come. Just in time, which is fantastic. Cool, then we just need, again, we need the cables and the plastic. So let's have a look. So again, it's going to be this one here. So let's save some space because we're going to need to be able to have the cables linked up. So we want to link this one to the cables. So let's do something like this. And then we can bring the cables in from... where are the cables now? Let's have a look. We've got the screws. The cables must be right at the bottom here. Let's go and have it checked. Okay, so there's the cables on this one here. So let's maybe line it up on this. I think it's this one, yeah. Okay, so let's put that there. Again, we can just have another floor hole that's going to link this one up. So let's do something like... I think it was on the center one. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, and I think that about links up. Let's go the wrong way. Yeah, it's going the wrong way. So let's just do that again. Turn it around. Link those up. Cool. And then let's just bring this up into there. Is that just not lining up? Oh, it's obviously because this one wasn't done directly in the middle. Okay, so let's just do something like this. Put the splitter here. 1, 2, 3. And it's this one here. Yeah. And then that's like that. It's coming from behind. Let's delete these ones. Cool. We'll put this one as left any. Oh, is that just a normal splitter? Oh, what a pain. Okay, so let's do that again. Delete those ones. Okay, now this one's correct. Now that'll line up. Yeah. Okay, let's go do this left any. Center overflow. Cool, then let's just delete this bolt that's going all the way through and correct it. Okay, then that's going to bring up the cables for us, which is going to be perfect. Okay, so we got screws that are going down, we got the cables that are coming in, we've got the circuit boards that are coming in. The only one left is this one over here, and that's the one that we're going to need for the plastic. So let's just do the plastic next, and we know it's the second one from the top, and we're going to link it directly to the one I'm standing on. So let's do something like this. We can link it like that. Okay, then we just need to set the overflow on this one. So let's do that, left any, center overflow. Cool, and then anytime now the train's going to start delivering some stuff. It's going to come in its bulk 200 per minute, fill up all of these machines, and then head some to the storage and then to the overflow. So that's going to be it for the computers. We'll give that time to obviously bring the plastic across, and then that'll start building. So let's just extend this all the way through to our sushi bolt in the front. Just like what we did with the circuit boards. Okay, and then let's bring this one up. Nice. Cool, and then that's going to link through there. So let's just see what we can do as well. Just like what we did on the circuit boards, we can just go into our inventory, go grab some additional plastic, and we can just fill up the manufacturer, just to give it a little turbo boost for now. And like I said, that'll come through from the trains as soon as it's filled up in that side. Cool, so that means that we've got the Caterium and the computers done. So let's just head through, just make sure everything's going to go through to the storage. We should see some Caterium boards, or some circuit boards at least. Yeah, and there they are. That's fantastic. And because we've just linked this up, it's going to take a while to go. So the only thing left to do now is to actually just put in the number or the quantity that we're making. So we're actually making 17.5 circuit boards per minute. So what we could do is put 17.5 here, but that's also been discounted because of the obviously that we're using some of that to be able to make the computers. So with that making the computers, if we look at the circuit boards now, we actually have 2.5 remaining. So let's just go and copy paste this setting over here, paste that there. Let's make this 2.5 because that's how much we have left after making the computers, and that's a nice estimate or a nice tally. Okay, and then this is going to be the select icon for the circuit board. Nice, then we'll just copy this layout, paste it here, circuit board. Cool, then what we're going to do is the exact same thing for the computers. Just copy the settings. Change it up to the computer. Cool, and then if we look quickly here, that's 2.5, and that's also 2.5. Perfect. Okay, then let's go and link up our additional depots. So we've got 2 more mesospheres, which is fine. I think we just short on the sand fluctuators. So let's just make a handful of those. We only need 10. So nice about the depots, just not having to have that in your inventory just to make stuff, guys. It's really awesome. Definitely gonna have to get some more mesospheres to increase the upload rate. It's just too useful. Okay, that's all linked up, and now we should see circuit boards coming through into our inventory, which is perfect. Cool, so that'll take a while, but that's going to work, and here's our first PC. Awesome. Cool, guys, so let's mark that off as done for the circuit boards and the computers. Next one is going to be the modular engine and the adaptive control. So let's do the same thing, put on the 2 storages of this side. We're going to have to extend this platform a bit. So I'll do that now, I'll extend this platform over here, and then we can get going with the 2 additional storages. Cool, guys, so I've thrown on the 2 additional storages for the modular engine and the adaptive. So the only thing left to do now is to actually go and make those in terms of the manufacturer upstairs here. So let's head through there, and what I've done is if we have a quick look at the spreadsheet, you'll see that essentially what's happened is I've gone through and I've done the adjustment to the smart plating, the stator, and the auto wire just to save us a little bit of time. So these are actually running at their marks, so I can actually remove these now and toggle that it doesn't need to be updated. So all of that's been done. So we've got excess in this, the stators, the smart, and the auto wire. So now it's going to be useful in terms of building the manufacturers that we need. So we need 2 more manufacturers now, 1 for the modular engine and 1 for the adaptive control, and we want them to be running at 1 each. So let's head back to the game and let's go through to the specific spot that we've got here for our manufacturers, And let's put them down both on this side. I like that. So let's go to our blueprints, go to our manufacturer, bring it in line. That looks pretty good. Happy with that. Maybe just one a little bit forward. Is this on the center block? Yeah. No. A little bit left. There you go. And this one, center block. There we go. Cool, that's looking good. So let's link up this power supply. And let's do the same thing again for the next one, because we're going to need the other one for the adaptive. That one's now for the modular. So let's line it up. That's looking good. H, just to lock it into place. Just making sure everything looks good. Yep, that's center aligned. That's center aligned. Yep, nice. Cool. So let's get this all hooked up. So we might as well do these on this side while we're here. We can do both of them at the same time. Then the only thing we need to do is we just need to go and get the inputs off the belt. And then we can have them producing. And that's going to feed straight through to the storages, which are already pre-configured, which is awesome. Must say, guys, factory's looking really neat. Loving it. Okay, cool. So let's go and get these now hooked up. So let's see what we need first. So let's do the modular engine. Okay, so we'll do this one. So this needs motor, rubber, and smart. Okay, so the rubber can go in that one over there because it's right at the top. So let's do that one first. So let's link that one. It's going to be in line with this. Cool, then we just need to send it here. So let's go set our right overflow. Right any, center overflow. Okay, that's going to bring through the rubber. What do we need next? Motor from the bottom and smart plating from the bottom. So those are right at the bottom resource over here. So let's go and have a look where we can squeeze it in. I like to possibly put it on these two. Then we can run it up here. That's quite nice. Let's just have a look upstairs. Yeah, that'll be good. So what we can do is we can bring this one down from here like that. This one down here like that. Yeah, we can organize it around that pole now. Let's just see. Okay, so we need the motor and smart. So let's drop down here. Press that 0, get that done. Let's put it on this side maybe. Cool. Okay, and this one's going to be the smart. And this one was going to be the... What was it again? Let me have a quick look-see. The motor. That's the one. Okay, so let's put this one to the motor. Okay, so we've got the motor and we've got the smart. Now let's put those into the floor holes that we need over here. So this one's going to be lined up with this one here. So let's put it into this floor hole there. And this one's going to be lined up on the actual this thing. Cool, let's put that, turn it around. Same thing here. Link this one up. And then this one. Nice. Okay, so that's going to feed through the motors and the smart plating. Cool. Okay, then let's just link these up. Might actually take this one and just put it down straight from here like this. And then that can link to this one. Like that. And then this one can go like that. Don't like that it goes in there. Let's maybe do it like that. Let's just fix this one. Yeah, that looks okay. And that'll be extendable. And there we go. We've got our first modular engines being made. That's awesome. Okay, so that one's on the go. Next one is going to be the adaptive unit control. And for that we need auto from the sushi, circuit from the sushi, heavy from the sushi, and computer from the sushi. So we need all four coming from the bottom here. So I suppose let's put it on all 4 of these over here with the crevice in between. So let's drop down here and put them all in a row here. So let's start at this section here. So we'll do this one over here. Let's actually do them on the floor and then I can just delete the dots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's link these all up. Okay, and what do we need again? Let's just have a quick look. Okay, so it's the auto, circuit, heavy, computer. Okay, so let's do auto. And then overflow. This is going to be heavy. Overflow. Circuit. Oh, and I've forgotten the last one already. Computer. Okay, that should all be sorted. Nice. Okay, so let's bring those up here. So we want the floor holes to come through. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's line it up from this one over here. Okay, so we're going to have this there, this one, that one. And those should all line up nicely. Cool, and let's bring them up. Just going to check that all of these have their overflow set. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And then the last one. Nice. Okay, so that's going to be sending up a whole lot of complex parts. Okay, then let's link these up. So what we can do is we can actually do different heights on this, and that will actually look really nice, to be honest. Let me show you what I mean. So let's go something like this. We'll go up to, and then we'll go from here into this one. Why doesn't that want to go into... Oh, this is the wrong way around. No, this is the right way. It likes going in the default, doesn't like going in the straight. I'm not sure it's... Oh, it's complaining that it's too short. Okay, it works from that way. Huh. Okay, well, that works. Cool, so that one's done. Let's do the next one. So again, we'll go to this height, 1, 2 up. Then we'll go to the next one. This is going to look nice. Cool. And 1, 2 up. Same thing. Let's connect the next set. And then the last one, 1, 2 more. Cool. That looks great, guys. Okay, we didn't go up high enough on that one, it seems. So let's just go up a little bit more. Oh, we didn't go up enough on all of these. Okay, that's going to irk me. Let's just fix that. Okay, so this one needs to go up to this height. Is that better? Can you press H here? Oh, you can. That is so cool. Okay, so this needs to be 1 more down. Okay, we can press H, check the height. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we can do the next one. Yeah, much better. Okay. 1, 2. Link this one. And then the last one. There you go. That's looking crisp, guys. Cool, and this should obviously be building up now. So what we can do is, just like what we've done before, we can turbo this. So let's just throw in everything that we do have. Nice. Okay, and then just link it up to the power. So this can come back to this one. And just like that, we've got our adapters coming, guys. That's awesome. So this will obviously build up over time, and the spreadsheet's got that we're producing enough to fill that up. So we should have stuff coming through into our storages, which is going to be great. And then that, I think, concludes the part for the main build, so we can actually mark off the heavy and the modular and the adaptive. So let's just mark those off. So that one's done, this one's done. And then we also have done the pipeline engineering. So the last thing is just to finish off the episode is just to do the blueprints. So PCs coming through, computer parts, circuit boards, modular engine. He has the first set. This will come through as soon as it's fed onto the sushi belt, and it's going to come through this side. Great. Cool. So let's finish up and go do the blueprint, guys. That's going to be awesome. And then while we wait for this to send off, what we can do is we can also go and finish handing in the versatile frames, and then I'll wait until this is actually done and we can actually complete the phase 3, and then we can send it off. So yeah, let me wait for these to build up and then we can send that off as well. I think that'll be great. Okay, so let's just go and we need concrete, so let's go and get the stacks from there. 3 of those. We need rubber. Cool. Then we need the PCs. And then we need the heavy frames. This is so nice, guys. Just being able to grab from the inventory. Okay, let's hand this guys in. Nice. And then the versatile.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
Okay, that's marked off. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to wait for the modular engine to build up, wait for the adaptive to build up, and that'll take some time. And as soon as that's done, we'll send off. Cool, I'll see you guys just now. It's finally time, guys. Let's go grab the modular engines and the adaptive frames and let's head them off. Cool, so we're going to need how many stacks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That sounds good. So that's going to be 500 that side. Then we need 100 of those. Awesome. And that's that. Let's go put it into the storages. That is looking good, guys. Let's split this up into multiple so it can go quicker. Nice. Cool, it's just coming in time, because if you have a look at the hub now, we've essentially got nothing that we can actually research anymore, so all the phases are locked. Everything's been done, so it's the perfect time to send it off. Cool, let's do it, guys. Sealed. Man, these new animations just rock. Seven and 8 about to be unlocked, guys.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 3 project part shipment is finally ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 3 will be completed and the main body will be constructed. You should know how this works by now. You'll get access to tiers 7 and 8 in the hub. In fact, perhaps you should just go look at the technologies there yourself. It's all laid out so that even a monkey could understand it, so you should have no issues. Speaking of which, I don't think you need a reminder about project parts. Instead,
that's a tough one, I'll tell you that much.
Interesting facts. Did you know the average pioneer succeeds at saving the day? Did you know the average pioneer knows how to optimize pipe throughput? Did you know the average pioneer stays late at work because they care about humanity? Anyway, I thought you might want to know more about your peers. Good luck in Phase 4.
Nice, guys. Let's send it off. Get Phase 4 underway. Okay, that's going to unlock the tiers 7 and 8. Awesome. Very, very cool.
Phase 3 of Project Assembly completed. Fixit's predictions indicate pioneers should generally reach this point faster with above-average results, but we should all adjust our expectations according to the situation. It is understandable. The pressure and complexity will only increase from here, so be sure to take on Phase 4 with efficiency and competence.
No problem, Fixit. We got this. Cool, guys. I think that's going to be perfect for wrapping up this episode. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to tackle most of the stuff that's going to be in unlocking the phase, or the tier 7 and tier 8. So that's what we're going to be starting to work on. And then we'll start getting all the parts that we need and the places to unlock to go and complete the phase 4. But we'll let these resources build up, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.